Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Wildermyth, where I am running out of steam here. I'm a little bit concerned that we may just be in a situation that is not possible to win. Perhaps too many calamity cards or something. But honestly, this mission just the design of this seems not really in line with the way the game mechanics work. So we're gonna try a couple more things, but we may end up having to give up on this. For the moment, the plan for this attempt is going to be to control the doorway as best we can, maybe from a little bit further forward, and then on turn 4, just run way out and try to Nova Ek this down as fast as we can. We don't know exactly what will happen when we do a lot of damage to her, if it will immediately end the mission or what, but hopefully we'll be able to do it before the Mothman gets torn to pieces. And it may end up being the case that one or two people have to break off and come back here and fight, but I have to imagine that splitting the party is going to be probably not immediately lethal, but probably pretty close to immediately lethal. It's going to be very bad for us for sure, so hopefully we don't have to do very much of it. Alright, a Zealous Leap, beautiful. Yep, did you know there are way too many enemies? It's true. Of course. So Sinetta's unlikely to be very valuable against the Drathix, although I guess that's true of everybody now. With us not getting any armor removal. We really need to spread out. There's no way this Splinter Blast is gonna reach, right? You know what? It is one of the bigger ones. It might. It might. Let's give it a shot at least. Nope. Okay, cool. Then we'll just interfuse a rock thing. Yeah. So the Drathix is going to take no meaningful damage this turn. And we need to spread way, way out. I'm debating how far I actually want Yennefer to run, because I do think it's got to be quite far apart to avoid the Drathix poisoning more than one person. I guess I don't think we're going to be able to do it. Okay, well, Yennefer can be further back than most people because she has the teleport. Okay. You could run to here and try to take cover behind the wall effectively. There's absolutely no reason not to Thunderstomp. Okay. We got the one who didn't take the first dose of poison, so he is dead without a turn at least. And then you, I suppose at this point there's absolutely no value in you attacking. So we can just swap weapon and set an ambush for better damage than an attack would deal. I'm a little leery of moving forward though. Alright, I will move one space forward. Okay, the pin on the Drathix is potentially useful. Okay, it didn't spit poison. That's great. Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, if you just look at the numbers here, though, even without this many Calamity cards, like, there's just no way, realistically, to do the thing that we're being commanded to do here. The problem here is that there are just too many enemies for the game mechanics. So let's see, I can move Galadglin and then just throw 2 Quelling Mosses here. Am I close enough to Thunderstomp? Nope, nothing that won't already die. There's this Unresting one. We kind of can't do anything about it, and it sort of doesn't matter. Like, let me swap your weapon here. Am I going to be able to discus that Unresting one? No. Yeah, alright. I'm going to move Galadglin around here. Let's just start stripping the Drathix's armor. Alright, so now Cherry probably can kill it from here. We'll grab another rock, I guess? Or maybe like this brazier. You know what? I'm going to grab this brazier. I'm going to do a discus off of this thing, and if we get any stunts at all, then we also throw fire at the Unresting one. Alright, so they're going to have to take care of that without me. Can I get... Okay, that's pretty good. It is a shame that there's, like, actually zero way to know whether the enemies are going to run past her or actually try to fight her. I'll throw a little poison and then stab you very hard with a spear. Okay, pretty good. So I could throw some different poison elsewhere, or if I swap back to my other weapon... I have a variety of pretty weak shots. That one's not so bad. And then... I guess I really should be a little bit closer. Currently have no control over who's going to step into an ambush zone. So like it's pretty tough to lay an ambush zone down to like catch the Unresting one, because who knows if the thrust will just ruin it. So I might just shoot at him straight. I think I will. So there is another Drathix up right now. Somewhere around here. Yeah, the Seekers have like just a really insane amount of health. Okay, here's our other Drathix. Close enough for Galadglin to do something to him. Stop. Okay, that's not bad. I wanted it to stop close enough to the to that Seeker that we could get them both with the same poison vials. Cowardice, attacking from outside my melee range. Okay. Oh, cool. Spawn a new Drathix. Why not? That's definitely extremely cool and legitimate behavior. Well, I can get both the unresting ones if I don't hit the Seeker. And I got 2 points of armor shredded, which is going to prevent me from backslamming a Thrusk to death, which is something that would be very helpful to be able to do, obviously, for untouchable purposes. We may have to just hit him with a normal attack. It's like maybe all my turn is just that. And then hope Galadglin has some people's attention. I guess I could have engaged the Drathix, but we all know it wouldn't necessarily have had any effect anyway. I can actually hit a pretty meaningful Splinter Blast. But I should probably, first of all, deworm myself. And secondly, interfuse some other objects first. No stunts. Okay. Oh, Linvir actually did get stunned. That's very bad news. How much poison do you have on you? I want to just get a tooltip, please. Wait, which one are you? You're this one? Yes. Okay, so I mean, that thing's dead already, effectively. If I get 6 points of poison onto both of those, then they're probably dead before they reach the Mothman. Probably. Wow, that thing just has 10,000 move. Alright, Galadglin's doing what he needs to do. Boy, Linvir getting stunned, then poisoned, then mind-wormed is very bad news. Wow, Galadglin's actually going to die. Just straight up die. And then they spawned another Drathix. I mean... At this point, Galadglin's definitely actually dead. Like, there's no way we can possibly stop it. Yeah, this Drathix is just going to kill him, and there's nothing we can do about that. It's like, we can try to kill this thing right now to get untouchable. But that means this one probably gets away. And then it just poses a very serious threat to everybody else. Yeah, we're in really bad shape here. Well, Linvir can at least move this turn. It is really the case that nobody can spare an action for Sinetta. At this point, we are reliant on a really, really large amount of blind luck to be able to get this done, but I don't think that there really is any other play available. So it's turn 4 now. We need to... We deliver quite a lot of poison here, then let these things poison out as they approach the Mothman, while we push forward. And Yanfir, of course, can Windwalk. So I'm just going to double poison with her this turn, because I think we have to. Okay, that's... it's not great that one of those got resisted. But it probably doesn't actually break anything. Can I interfuse? I cannot. Well, we have to push forward. So I think it's like interfuse and then hit him with the mace. Yeah, interfuse rock, hit him with the mace. Linvir's got to come forward and... yeah, all right, let's get a move on here. Okay. Now, Galadglin does kill this one for the untouchable. The fact that she's one space too far away to affect Sinetta really hurts. I think she just has to run forward and remove Mindworm. Like somebody's got to save Sinetta. We need her for the... okay. I guess just move here. Because we need her for the big turn, obviously. This Seeker over here, sadly, does not die. He's going to get to take a swing at the Mothman before he goes down. Yeah, and that Dweaver, having only taken poison 3, is very bad for us. Okay, just poison 1 and just on Cherry. That's not so bad. This thing is disregarding the plan, which is bad news for us. Okay, well that's probably it right there. Blinding 2 allies kills us, so I guess we'll just have him die quietly. But we're gonna go ahead and try the Nova here, but we're almost certainly gonna have to. Oh, she's dead too, actually, because she is both poisoned and mind-wormed. Okay, well, this is the last fight, so give us whatever you can. Oh no, and then it's at the end of this turn. The next, oh yeah, so we're like, this is beyond lost. We have to do another full turn of fighting the full strength wave of enemies. Yeah. Is Cherry's got to be much more upfront. Like, my plan had been to rely very heavily on Galadglin's Untouchable, but the fact is, there's too many enemies. He could literally be attacked a dozen times a turn if the enemies chose to focus on him. So, one free get out of jail card per get out of jail free card per turn is just not going to cut it, right? So let us try this a little bit differently. Okay. Huh, that should have been a flanking shot, right? She's 90 degrees off of... I mean, yeah, it should have been. I don't know why it wasn't. This is a little awkward. Because what I really want is for Yanfir... Okay, I guess Yanfir's in a position where she can throw once and then shoot at this guy once. For poison 2, that's not going to cut it. All right. So obviously none of these thrusts are making it where they're going. We can just kind of ignore them for now. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Hold on. Let's just... We don't need to put up with that. We don't need to allow that thing to poison four of us when it should have been dead. We can position that slightly differently. So, all right. Let's have Cherry run forward to here. Interfuse. The plant won't reach it, right? Wild Grasp has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it might. I'm trying to just like push this angle just a little further back. Oh, well, I don't want it to get moved like that, though. Yep, okay. Well, then that doesn't work. And unfortunately, that does completely ruin the entire turn. So we do have to... Everybody's health is so incredibly precious that this really does have to go perfectly this first turn. All right, so this is the only thing they're really going to let me hit him with. Okay. Now, Galaglin runs over. Okay, this counts as... This is good enough. So, the Chain Lightning... the Chain Lightning is a very compelling amount of damage, actually. Alright, now Yanfear does that. Plus shoots him with the bow. Okay, there we go. That's a much better open. And then you just run forward and set up an ambush. The Scorier's gonna end up like... Yeah, I'm gonna try to catch the Scorier coming in. Not sure if that's actually gonna work. Is he maybe able to stop and execute his burrow from further north than that? But we'll just hope not. Okay, pretty effective, actually. Oh, all right. It really is. It's like it's such a comically large number of enemies. Alright, so we need to move Galaglin forward a little bit so as not to get him poisoned when we're poisoning everybody else here. Backslamming this thing should allow me to... Yep. Also, pretty decent pins there. Can I... Oh, I can't quite get this Thrusk and that Seeker. In fact, these enemies have positioned themselves in a like really frustrating way. we'll do that, and then we'll just chain lightning you. 38%, man, because of the cover. Well, there's no sense in hitting either of these two. Okay. I think she has to stay back here and just, like, really have at these enemies. Okay, dude. That's what you get. Alright, so you're super dead. It's risky, but we have to get some... Oh, I do not even get an open shot. Well, I get an open shot on you. It'll have to do. We probably want big rock, and then, like, I can't interfuse anything over there because they've already taken anything that's even remotely close to... Yeah, I guess I could just grab a rock again. I should probably move forward, because her presence is going to be critical for bringing down this other Drathix, right? She's going to have to hit it with a rock. Or with her hammer, rather. Wondering if that's what I do this turn, too. Go for a hammer strike on that Seeker, maybe? Don't get stunned. Okay. It is kind of strange, right, that we spent, like, in the narrative, we spent quite a long time in this place preparing for the battle, but we couldn't, like, rig up any traps or anything, even though there's only one door. And we know exactly where the enemies necessarily have to move, and yet we couldn't, like, be bothered to do anything about that. Okay, that's not great. All right. A Muse, and for some reason, a single Dweaver with no bonuses. Very strange. I guess we probably want to grab rocks, and also, I guess probably grab rocks, remove Mindworm, and then, like, do a Discus, probably. That's a little awkward. It's more than a little awkward. It's very awkward. Come on. Ugh. Well. That's a problem. That's a big problem. So we gotta move Gladglin around to a position where he is not... Where he's going to be providing flanking strikes for everyone, but also not where he's going to get attacked by every enemy afterward. Okay, so we should be able to kill this thing at this point. Although obviously it's going to be complicated somewhat by our mage choosing not to do any damage this turn. Okay, so that Scorrier is like extremely stunned. It's really, really not going anywhere. I can execute a sting. And then all we have to do is hit a stunt here. That's a shame. Alright, if I can in fact have Yanfir run over there and guarantee a kill on the Drathix. If I do that though, this Scorrier and this Seeker get to go full health at the Mothman. That's pretty bad. That's a pretty bad time. I probably have to double poison. Yeah. Oh, man. It's very bad. And I'm fairly sure that we actually lose the mission if I don't do this. Because the Mothman cannot handle either a Scorrier or a Seeker by himself necessarily. Certainly not both of them, though. Okay, bummer. Wow. Okay, wasn't expecting that thing to run in the wrong direction all of a sudden. I guess just kill it, hurl your bones at it. But that's probably the mission right there. Also, it really sucks that a Drathix can just undo all of my interfusions in a single action like that. No, cool. Spawn me another Muse. Why not? Boy. Alright, so Yanfir is nearly dead from poison. Like, definitely must do this and then also must do this. Yeah, she can hit all of them, hopefully. Okay, not great. Of course. I don't know why I thought it might work. And your spear can't reach him, even though that is within spear range. And your bow is not a water bow, so that's a pretty serious bummer. Could run back up here and interfuse some new rocks. It's probably what has to happen, right? I'm gonna need more rocks. Okay, do have my wand out. Damn, no stunt. So I do have backslam up. Alright, pretty solid play from Galadglin. And then, like, I'm a little worried that if I do a Mindworm removal, we're in a lot of trouble here. Awesome. Stunt, very much necessary. Yeah, she can remove Mindworms next turn, maybe, but I needed more damage to get done there. Okay, so you're dead already. It's not a big deal. Galadglin, sadly, is gonna get dominated. There's not really anything I can do about that. We can remove it afterward, though. Well, maybe he'll be untouchable when it happens, actually, because there's not that many enemies around him. Oh, is he gonna... Oh, no, he's just gonna double move. Okay, that's cool. I'm pretty okay with that. That unrelenting one desperately needs more poison. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. That's not a very bad spawn. Yennefer is going to go to 1 health off of the poison that's currently on her, I think, which is bad news. So I should try to have other people start up here because we want him to finish it, right? So I could grab like this rock and that tree maybe? Or maybe this. Then we discus off of... Yeah, we can do it off the big rock. No, I cannot. Never mind. That's a shame. So Galadglin's not going to kill just yet. You need to also contribute a bit. Please do not do your sting in such a way as to hit Galadglin. Alright, and then this term we may remove the Mindworm. You are poison 3. So this thing's dead already. You're going to get through, but you don't actually do that much damage, I don't think. I think I can ignore it. So I think what I do is that, and then fingers crossed for the stunt. Okay. It's not really going to do anything. I guess, yeah. Let's go ahead and clear this. Aside from Sinetta being dead, and as such, us losing 20 plus damage on our Nova turn, this is going pretty well. I appreciate you walking over here before attacking me. There's so many dweevers. Okay, he's got that then. That's not a big deal. Please don't bite me, thank you. Alright, so this is turn... Oh, this is turn, here comes the spawn. Okay. And she's not really that far away from us. So, what is the range on the teleport? It's not forever. But it is considerably far. Alright, you must teleport. Good luck, Mothman. That's gonna have to happen. Definitely popping heroism. And then let's do it. So I do have Zealous Leap up. Yep, let's go for it. Yeah, no, I know, there's enemies. You don't have to tell me twice. Cool. Cool, great, excellent. Alright, so she needs to move forward further. She actually can just shoot from where she is. The armor strip not having happened is very heartbreaking, but we can at least attempt a splinter blast here. I should be able to splinter blast from here, but we definitely... No, this'll work, this'll work. Yeah. Wow, and it's enough to completely strip her armor. The values on these things are so arbitrary. Like, that's not how that usually works. Okay, pretty good damage. Yennefer's dead, of course, but, you know, oh well, I think is where we have to be on that. Your ferocity amounts to nothing, just the bites of tiny mosquitoes. I feel nothing I don't wish to feel. And even as you say those words, I see you itch to be gone from here. What hope do you have to delay me? I suppose it's all you can do with your doomed life. Okay, the Queen of Light's compulsion. Really, she moves 1 space per 5 points of irritated? That's very bad news for us. Swap weapon. That's so bad. Oh no. Yep, and now all these enemies are rushing the Mothman in a way that's going to be real awkward to deal with. Okay, so we can stack poison on her potentially. I guess a lot depends on how alive Yanfyr is. Okay, that's a bummer, but we'll deal. Yeah, boy. I guess, okay, any enemies that are pushing up toward the Mothman but are not yet murdering him, when the Queen of Pain crosses the Queen of Light crosses the threshold, will be irrelevant, right? All we need to do is get her inside. It doesn't need to be just her. It's just that the Mothman has to not be dead yet. So we must completely ignore all other enemies. The only thing that matters is that we are putting lots of damage on the Queen of Light. Oh my god. Can I please have my turn? So yeah, this is sort of like, this is part of what I was talking about when I say like the mission design clearly does not mesh very well with the mechanics of the game. Like, they clearly did not design these systems for this many enemies to exist at once. Because this is interminable. You would have to be profoundly bad at your job to think that this is a good idea. Good lord. Okay. Cool. So Galadglin. Oh, they've done a great job of making sure Galadglin can't interact with her. Very smart. Alright, get more poison. And then stab her very much. Then I guess just stab her very much again? Do I want to have other people? No, I just want to get her again. So she's really poisoned. Galadglin wasn't going to be able to attack her anyway. Because we wouldn't have wanted Yanfyr to have to switch back to the bow. So I think we're doing that in the right order. Yanfyr's turn may be just full move. Because I cannot move to a position where I will have a meaningful interfusion, right? So I think I remove Dominated and then just full sprint. Yeah, no, I know. And honestly, maybe Galadglin does the same. It doesn't feel right, but there's nothing around here that I could kill with a backslam, is there? No. I mean, she should definitely just shoot the queen. All right, at this point, fuck you. Come on. All right, well, time for another enemy round. Is that going to move her during... Okay, good. Now the enemies are just on top of each other, because again, the game systems do not work like this. Good coverage from the Mothman, at least, on the traps. He is doing his best. We're going to lock him in here with an awful lot of Thrixel. Yep, here's where it starts to get ugly, though. If we can force her through the doorway on our next turn, then I think we're good, and if not, I think we lose. Because I think the Mothman is going to sustain an unacceptable amount of damage next turn. A definitely lethal amount of damage. Fortunately, it looks like everything else is going to properly ignore me at this point. All right, Gladglin's dominated. We're not even going to try to remove it because it cannot matter. She has to be forced. Boy, I don't know exactly where they need her to be, though. Like, assuming she has to clear the entryway, we have to force her forward like 6 spaces? I don't think we can do it. It's scintillating. It's the best entertainment you've ever seen. Like, Gladglin might be able to hit her. I think Cherry definitely will be able to hit her. Potentially twice if we get a crit, if we get a stunt. And then both of the archers will be able to hit once. Because no water bows. Yeah, Gladglin is able to make contact. Okay, 13's pretty good. So we have to force her forward. Her front space has to reach at least here. 1, 2, 3, 4 more times. Okay. So now Cherry moves up here, interfuses the brazier, and we drop a fire on her. I want to do a physical attack, obviously. But Wild Grasp is very bad for probably pretty obvious reasons. Okay, I do have my wand out. Oh, I have to do a source selection. Okay. No, stunt really hurts. Where's Linvier? Can Linvier... Oh, boy. Can Linvir reach her? Yes. And then Yanfir is a couple steps further forward. Okay, 8. Is 8 good? Is that it? Do we do... Okay. Uh-oh. That says the Mothman must survive. I don't know if that's just because the thing was removed or if we're entering a third stage of the event where we have to help the Mothman survive one more thing, because if that's the case, we're very doomed. I really hope this is it. She enters. Not running? Are you really going to give me a fight? A duel, we would have called it, when I was young and dumb and rash. That is to say, when I was a little more like you. Ooh, sick burn. Words won't harm me, and they certainly won't save your life. No, indeed. Please understand. They only help me take my beatings a little more bravely. I came such a long way, devoted so much time, bent so many Thrixel forms to hunting you. Yes, you did. You are very intrepid. And what do you think now? Now? I think... Ellipses question mark is hard to do in voice acting. I don't know how to read that punctuation. I think... And she's looking around rapidly like a villain in Scooby-Doo. But I'm never getting out of here, am I? I am sorry. I mean, not that sorry. So these are not super different, are they? Like, these are both sort of like them trying to make the best of their new eternity together. Save the last dance, and... I guess this one seems a little bit friendlier. Like, I don't necessarily want her to suffer. Her being locked away forever is good enough. She's far more powerful. He's far more practiced. In the end, it only matters who's quicker. Is it him? I sure hope it's him. Deafening color, blinding noise. The hall's interior descends into sensory chaos. Ice, ember, flash, shadow, braided into tethers. They bind and drag this world to its oblivion. Gladglin, I think we're meant to leave now. But the Mothman... No, it looks like he's staying. He had to know. Also, we knew. This was explicitly the plan. But they're going to kill him. Look, she's not going to be held. The Mothman's wild thrown magic sent he and Ekthys careening in a spiral through time and thought. But in the fraction of an instant she had, Ekthys scrabbled to pull her remaining Thrixel round. Now she steadies herself upon them, the way an aerial dancer might balance on the limbs of her flying partners. She begins to take mastery. I can feel her bending me. She could prevent us from closing that door. I don't know what's... all right, hurry. We'll kill these drones and get out. The Thrixel encircle him, bladed legs outstretching. Cherry and the others rush to form a wall around the Mothman. They'll cast out Ekthys' underlings a final time. We will? Okay, camera's just kind of jumping around arbitrarily. Ooh, boy. All right. Well, you know, some quelling moss is going to be very effective in here. Jesus Christ. How are we supposed to manage this? So there's 2 seekers down there. Okay, yeah, we got to do this, right? So you're dead. Assuming the Mothman's magic is still active, which I don't know for sure that it will be, because the thing is kind of like the Mothman and Ekthys are like removed. But the Mothman must survive is still an objective, so he must not, like, he must not really be outside of the situation. But assuming the Mothman's magic is still active, this Weaver is dead. There's no way to use this thing to get tooltips, probably. That thing has 3 poison on it. You know what? I'm just going to Quelling Moss the same location. And of course, it dodged. Cherry, you got to try to remove Dominated, and then you got to interfuse something in here that's going to give me... I need rocks. All right, hold on. Don't do anything with the rocks just yet. Galadglin's going to run into the middle of everybody. And he's going to punch the Muse as hard as he can. I can backslam through the armor for a fair amount. Well, that's a lot of pins. That might actually end up being quite bad for our friend here. The Muse is already dead, right? Yes. So I can just sting, like, down this way? Oh, sorry, this is her. Seeker's probably not dead already. Here, let's do that. And then she needs to shoot, or... Yeah, I can't stab anybody that makes a difference anyway, so we should definitely shoot. And I don't really have a lot of live targets. Could have been a little better. Okay. Then we discus off of this thing. Basically just looking for a stunt. Huh, why didn't it bounce the second time? It definitely should have. Alright, so the Kinestend only gets 1 turn. Those 2 Seekers down there are going to be trouble, though. Okay, the Mothman aura is super powerful. That definitely helps. Oh boy. Yanfir is just gonna explode on this thing, I guess. She raises her spear and hurls herself at her foe. In life, she knew what she wanted and took what she could. In death, she gives everything she had left. 22 damage, way more than is necessary. But, like, this is a time, narratively speaking, for climactic deaths, right? Oh my god, there's still so many enemies. And so many of them are seekers. So many of them can fly, which is a real problem. Okay. Okay. The Dominated had to get dealt with. That was very high priority. Boy. Okay, that's pretty good damage. Cherry needs to interfuse with, like, a rock. And then really anything else. And then just turn around and crack this Seeker across the face. Galadglin still has quite a lot of health left. God, there are so many Seekers still alive. All of the Mothman's magic is, like, completely irrelevant. Okay. So it doesn't mean clear the tower and get out. It means get out because it's still spawning enemies. But like how? No, that just means that it's not possible to win, right? Because like, yeah, again, I feel like the game like it has no idea what it ever wants or is doing. All right, you gotta try to remove dominated and then just crush something. Of course. All right, that pin is helpful. Yeah, it can't be, the goal cannot be kill all the enemies and leave, and then it also be the case that they're still spawning enemies. Wow. Okay, fuck this. We're done. All right. So, I took a few minutes there to collect my thoughts and sort of maybe cool down just a little bit. I do stand by my fuck this, we're done, but I thought maybe I could come at that a little bit more eloquently, perhaps. So, like, I think that this campaign, the campaign in general, and like this mission in particular, has really highlighted a lot of the problems that I had with the game. Like turning up the difficulty, of course, made the game felt better. You know, that's pretty much always going to be the case in any game. And the Thrixel as an opponent in this campaign helped a little bit too, because their mechanics are a little bit more like interesting and interactable than the other factions we played against, who you can almost entirely like ignore what they're doing. But in the end, I really do think that the things that I said at the end of the last campaign still hold true. Like the combat system, and especially the character advancement systems, just they're not interesting. They're like, there's too little going on. And this campaign like introduced a whole bunch of new issues on top of that, of course, by trying a narrative that has like time pressure built into it, which really does not work with the rest of the narrative and mechanical systems in the game. I mean, we didn't even have to worry about any heroes retiring or anything. We didn't have to do any like passing the torch kind of stuff. It's kind of a baffling choice, really. And then like this in particular, this horribly designed final mission, which due to the simplicity of the combat system can only really challenge you by throwing just overwhelming numbers of enemies at you. Also baffling, also really frustrating. Like at the end of the thing, there's like during the fattest part of that, the enemy turns were in excess of 2 actual real world human minutes, and nothing was even happening during them. It was just one by one, the enemies move their number of movement spaces toward the Mothman. Like, it sucks. That mission sucks. That whole campaign, despite it being the campaign that has the better enemies, kind of sucks. And the problem is that they haven't left themselves any other mechanical dials to turn, really. All they can really do is just throw more enemies at you until it is hard enough. So I think that final mission is probably doable, but honestly, I just can't imagine having so little respect for my own time that I put any more attempts into it. You know, I care about me a little bit more than this game does. So yeah, I think that the narrative design, the narrative system design in the game is cool. It's pretty admirable. There's some cool ideas there, but like clearly even the developer finds it too restrictive because they couldn't bother to stay inside the bounds of what it allows for here. The mechanical stuff on the whole just is not complex enough and does not have a long enough arc to remain interesting for more than like a campaign or two, which makes continuing to play the game just to engage with the narrative stuff like a real exercise in tedium. And while the narrative system design is cool, the actual writing is like pretty bad, like mostly middling to bad, especially the dialogue. Sometimes the dialogue is unnaturalistic in a way that has a kind of an interesting fantasy feel to it, but a lot of the time it's not naturalistic in a way that's just like, oh, this is badly written and it's not fun to interface with. So yeah, I think our time with Wildermyth has come to an end. That's going to be it for us for today and for the series. Thank you all so much for sticking through it while I got kind of frustrated, and apologies about the whining. When you come back next time tomorrow, we're just going to be playing a different game, hopefully a slightly better game. And we'll see you then.